Hello, this is Ted from Ben and Ted's Guide to the Inside, Fun Ideas for Dungeons and Dragons, a D&D channel. So anyway, Ben's going to be on soon to talk about power gamers, power gaming, you could imagine. Anyway, so we'll see what he has to say about that. Anyway, so I have my cat Artemis here. So, hello Artemis. So today I want to talk about fun ideas for how to make like a kind of a battle super fun. And so I was thinking, about two battles I've had in my campaigns that were like just fantastic, and like what made them fun and enjoyable for me and the players. And anyway, just FYI, a little bit about me. I have been a dungeon master since I was 11 years old. And anyway, so a little bit of a background there. Started playing way back in the day with first edition, the Advanced Dungeon Dragons set. So anyway, so I remember, so what made these combats super fun? And one of them was called the Battle of Fear's Lock, and it happened in the Feywild. And the characters were persuaded by Queen Titania to help defend a village, the village of Fear's Lock, against a vicious attack from the evil forces or the wicked or the less nice forces of winter. And so what made it really cool was there was this line that kind of needed to be held, and there was a bunch of good fae fighting against the bad or the winter fae, and there was kind of up at the top of the battle line, there was a poor fae soldier that had been trapped by some ettercaps and was about to be finished off. And so one of the characters went up there to help him out and freed him, and then he was assisting her in her battle. And then one of the kitty is roaming around now. Oh, Artemis, you're just too crazy, aren't you? Pretty soon you'll be knocking that off the screen. So anyway, and then there was a troll that was just kind of destroying everybody and very powerful. And then there were goblin snipers up in the trees, sniping at people. And there was a little bit of quicksand that had captured one of the there you go, cutie pie. One of the fae, one of the summer court fae. So in this instance, the good guys. And then there was another group of minotaurs who were trying to persuade one of the characters, who was actually a minotaur, to come back into the fold. So there was this role playing going on. There was all sorts of craziness going on. It looked like the troll was about to break through the line. So one of the characters took out the troll. One of them saved the fae from the ettercaps. One of them took out a bunch of the goblin snipers with a fireball. That was super fun. And one of them, and I think in the end, the poor fae that was stuck in the quicksand, didn't make it. So that was super fun, and it was because there was all these different opportunities for the characters to get involved. There was some role playing, there were consequences, and they had to decide where they were going to put their resources and energy. And then recently, in my campaign, the characters fought a kraken with a horde of Sahagwin that were piling out of this harbor. And it was, I did kind of, so I thought, well, the characters loved this Battle of Fear's Lock. So I tried to do kind of the same thing. And also, as the battle evolved, I tried to develop different aspects. And so it was kind of the same thing where the characters come across this scene, and the Kraken is taking warships and throwing them across the harbor into the local temple. And there's this giant troll that's got a tentacle growing out of its back that's holding onto this poor woman up about 10 or 20 feet and threatening to throw her and dash her brains out. And then there's the Sahuagin horde that's being held off by the temple, the priestesses of this temple. So there's this battle going on over there. And then there is a Sahuagin surrounded by a bunch of little children that are trying to prevent it from going into a building. And this Sahuagin's got a big smile on its face, right? Because it's like looking at all these juicy little children like, lunch. And then there was a group of priestesses that had been kind of separated off, and they were gravely imperiled by a group of Sahuagin. Already one of their numbers had fallen, and it looked pretty clear that if they didn't get some aid, they were probably going to get taken out pretty quickly. And in the middle of all this, in the harbor, there's this Kraken, thrashing all around, throwing boats. And you can just imagine, it just was fantastic, and it was so fun. And the characters were getting slammed down, and I had the Kraken kind of warbling in this weird sort of voice, but it was clear that like when it slammed a character down, it was really enjoying it. And like I think the wizard like got slammed down, and then he got back up again. And it was obvious that like the Kraken's like rah, frustrated, like stay down. So he slams him down again, and he's whoa, And so it was all the aspects, and they weren't able to save everybody. Some of their friends in that squadron that had been separated got killed, and the lady that the troll was flinging about, she didn't make it. And they it was just fantastic. And so I was thinking, like, what makes these combats, and you can't do this every time. Every combat can't be this elaborate, all these multifactorials. But what made it so fun was like the choices. It's like you listen to like the guys that I really enjoy listening to doing D&D on YouTube and podcasts, like Luke Hart and Matt Colville. And what Luke Hart's always saying, meaningful choices, meaningful choices. These guys come into this scene, and there's like 5 different things going on, and they had to decide like what's important, right? Are they going to help the priestesses hold the line? Are they going to help their priestess friends over here? Are they, like, what are these kids doing? Like, this is crazy, And so they just jumped in and started making these choices, and it was fantastic. And then later on, like, one of the fireballs that the guy throws catches a building on fire, and they're able to persuade like the local Marines to run out of their tower and go fight the fire. And so we're not sure, is that going to blow into the city and just burn the whole city out, but luckily, that got under control. So anyway, it was just all this stuff that was just happening. And so I was thinking that was what made these encounters so enjoyable, was because they were like so many choices and meaningful choices, like their friends might die, or these kids might die that they don't even know, or and so anyway, so that's kind of my thoughts, like what makes a big battle fun, how to make it engaging. There was role playing going on a little bit, not as much in the Battle of Fear's Lock, but the Kraken is kind of almost laughing at them as he slams them down, and he's picking them up and throwing them across the harbor. And it was just, and people are diving into the harbor to find their friends that are drowning. And you can imagine it was just fantastic. But anyway, that's my video for today. And hope to be on again soon, and hopefully Ben will be on soon to talk about some of his thoughts on power gamers and power gaming, or maybe he'll do something different. So anyway, take care. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye.